I'm Janine, and in this video, I'm breaking down the money habits that I'm trying to unlearn and what I'm doing instead to build a healthier relationship with money. I've established come from when I was growing up. Now, as an adult, I can see where those views from growing up really affected my relationship with money today. When it comes to anything finance related, I'm immediately stressed out. I live in fear of feeling like I won't have enough if an emergency happens. Looking at money puts me in a panic or makes me very anxious. So I learned about poverty mentality in adulthood. So poverty mentality is for those who grew up in low-income households. And honestly, I got tired of money always putting me in a panic or causing me this crippling anxiety just by looking at it. So now that puts me in the place I am today, just trying to figure it all out. Here are some of the money habits that I discovered that are holding me back and that I'm trying to change. So the first habit is not tracking my money because it's stressful. Money has always caused me this great deal of stress because of childhood and seeing that we didn't have. So even going in and looking at my checking account and seeing what I have or what I don't have would put me in this debilitating state. It will cause me to be very stressed out. I'm having palpitations all around money because I'm like, I don't have enough, or how am I going to cover this? How am I going to pay for that? And so I just stopped looking at it altogether. Even in college, I adapted that model. I'm swiping by faith. I'm just going to swipe by faith. And if it's there, it's there. If it's not, I'll worry about it when it's not. And so that led me to not tracking my money properly. So I did create a budget to track my spending, and I don't look at it every day. I'm trying to build up gradually to looking at it a little bit more frequently. However, I'm not trying to overdo it and psych myself out. So for right now, just starting there helped me combat this habit. Second habit is being overly generous to other people and not myself. And my friends would love that one because it's true. I am very generous to those around me, friends, family, strangers, than I am to myself. With other people, I'm like, spare no expense, get it all, do it all, but when it comes to myself, I'm like, that's a little expensive. I don't think I should get that or do that. And I don't know why that is. I need to put myself a little bit higher on the pedestal, but we working through that. We gonna work through that in therapy and stuff. I don't mean to do it, but I am combating that by saying if I buy something for someone else, then I have to buy something for me as well. So I can't treat someone if I'm not going to treat myself. Third habit is thinking I have to hold all my money in one account. I don't know where I learned that from, thinking that I have to hold money in one single account, but I don't think it's a good habit to have. So I put that on the list. When you're looking at millionaires, billionaires, they have their money spread out in different places. However, with me, I'm so scared to put money in a different account. It could be a different checking account or savings account. And I'm like, but that's not my main account. What if something happened over there? I just want to have it managed all in this one account because it feels comfortable. And then also, when you put your money other places, now I have to go other places to track it. I already don't want to look at the money. Now you telling me I open this account, I got to go track that one, track this one, track here, track there. And I think that's where the hesitancy comes to even move my money around that way. How I'm combating this is I did open up a high yield savings account with an outside provider that pays more interest for holding your money in their account. And I didn't go broke. So nobody robbed me. I didn't go broke. Everything is all clear. The world did not end. So that's showing me that, okay, I could put money little different places, but we starting small. So that savings account, I have that. Yay me. The next habit is always crying broke. Now, I learned that in childhood. I'm not going to point out who I learned it from. However, I was told, even if you have, you always want to say you're broke. And to a certain extent, I can see why that mentality was developed, because it kind of like saves you However, I took it way too far to where I internalized it, and now I actually believe that I'm broke. It doesn't matter how much money is in the account, I feel I'm broke. So I'm not really crying that I'm fake broke. I really feel broke. And so internalizing that mentality, ooh, boy, that has crippled me, because I will not spend a dime on anything fun. So trying to reframe that and being like, okay, I don't need to say I'm broke, okay? Because I'm actually going to believe the words that I'm saying. So I'm not saying that anymore. And I'm just trying to move toward spending, just spending a little more on myself. I work hard for the money that I do earn, and I should be using it to have a quality life, which is full of experiences and all the things that I may enjoy. So I'm still trying to work through that one, but that is definitely a habit that has been crippling me. That's the mindset, right? That mindset of thinking I'm broke, or I gotta cry broke, I am broke. Like, calm down. Just calm down, girl. You're not broke. Next one is don't pay my student loans. Now, I know this one developed from a group of like-minded individuals known as college students or alumni who feel the same way. Because my thought is I borrowed this amount of money thinking I was going to make this huge amount of money. And that wasn't the case. So because I was bamboozled, I can't pay these student loans back. So I went into, well, they're not coming after me. I'm not going after them. It is what it is. I even met a dentist when I was shadowing a dentist in college. And I told her of my career endeavors, but how I was hesitant because of the amount of debt that I'd be accumulating. And she was real dismissive of it. She was like, oh, student loans? She was like, yeah, I have student loans. Everyone does. And I'll pay it back little by little. But she's like, I'll pay things off way before I pay off those student loans. She's like, I'll pay off a house before I pay those student loans. And then my mind got to thinking, so they not that important. So I can have a house even though I got these student loans? Okay. So from there, it just spiraled into, well, it's not a priority. However, now that I'm diving again so deep into finance, paying back the student loans is something I want to do. If you want to hear more about my journey to paying off my student loans, there is a video that I created, and I'll link that down below so you can check that out. Also thinking that saving is only for emergencies. I'm sure that came from my upbringing. The savings was really just for emergencies, but there's so much more that you can do with saving money. I don't have to just save to my emergency fund. I can save for a down payment on a house, a vacation. I can save for the holidays to buy gifts. I could save for my monthly maintenance. So there's a lot of different things that you can save for that I had to learn. And that kind of took the anxiety around hoarding all my money or saving it up like I'm a squirrel. Knowing that I can save for different little things that I can use throughout the year, that kind of changed my mindset towards money, which has been helpful. Not investing because of risk. First of all, I've never heard of investing growing up. I don't even know when I learned about investing. I have no idea. But when I did learn about investing, it was, oh, you could put your money here in the market. But if you put $10 in and it's a bad day, you could lose your $10. Hearing that, if people are preaching investing to you that way, like, oh, you could lose money, to someone who's already fearful, I'm not going to put no money in this thing. I'm going to just sit it in this regular savings account. I put that dollar in, that dollar's still there tomorrow. So I'm going to sit my money right here to be safe for if I need it, right? If that emergency happens, now I have money I can go access. However, that was holding me back because had I invested at a younger age, my money would have compounded way more than it does while it's sitting in this savings account. So it's kind of like a missed opportunity. But I had to do more research about investing to see that, no, this is actually a good thing. You should be doing this. Many of the good things in life come with risks, and this was a risk that I should have been taking and that I am now taking today. And also, you can't save your way into being a millionaire or a billionaire. You're actually losing money by just having it sit in your savings account or in any account for that matter. And then my other habit is only relying on a paycheck, not exploring additional income streams. Now, I don't think this is something I did on purpose, but were we told growing up that, oh, you should have multiple income streams when you get older? No. We were pretty much told, okay, you grow up, you go to college, you get a good job. That job takes care of your life until you retire.
The deception, the betrayal, man, you deceived me.
It was no such thing as multiple income streams. Now, I am from a Caribbean household, and so my dad worked multiple jobs. However, I didn't connect the dot that it was for income reasons. Nobody stressed the importance of multiple income streams. So I'm trying to combat that now, or trying to work through that now by creating other streams. So those are my habits. And a lot of how I'm trying to fix these habits or these mentalities that I had toward money just comes from me trying to create new habits or new rules or new systems to help me combat those things. And since I started trying to unlearn them, I have felt more relieved. Just resetting my mindset has opened me up to new possibilities and opportunities to increase my income. So that's it for me. I hope this was helpful in you realizing that you're not alone. If you have money habits that you're trying to unlearn, we're all figuring it out together. So let me know down below in the comments. What's one money habit that you're trying to unlearn? I'd love to hear it.